Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. Happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. Right before we had this full strawberry moon in Sagittarius, we had a full moon in Ophiuchus, right? Right before, right? So full moons are really a time for intuition and creativity, but it's also associated with banishing and letting go of things. And that's what Ophiuchus is really about, is like banishing and letting go. Once the moon reaches the peak of the energy, which is full moon, it slowly begins to wane. It's the opportunity to release everything that inhibits your personal growth. This could be thoughts, people, or emotions, anything that doesn't support or align with your highest self and purpose. This release of lunar energy provides the energetic boost needed for spells and rituals and any other workings that require a decrease of energy, right? So, my community wants me to thrive. Whatever community that you're in, they should want you to thrive, not be in survival mode, right? So, some of the things you all can do, which I have on TikTok and I also have on YouTube Shorts, would be harvest herbs at this time. They're easier to dry. Divination is another thing you can do. You can make moon water to drink. You can also, or use in spells. You can also cleanse and charge crystals in the moonlight. You can also make protective amulets. You can also cleanse and charge tools under the moonlight, right? So let's get right into it. A full moon in Sagittarius. Um, is all about truth, wisdom, expansion, freedom, adventure, and higher purpose. This moon encourages you to break free from limitations, seek greater meaning, and align with your personal truth. So, things around spiritual expansion and truth, purpose, direction, and growth, freedom, travel, and exploration, courage, passion, and risk. So, that's what we're going to be kind of getting into, getting some questions there. I'll pull an angel number here. So for those of you all who congratulated me on my book, thank you. I appreciate all of that. Everybody's book is up on Amazon.com, as well as the Gemstones and Crystals books for your zodiac sign is up on Amazon.com. So go check it out. Go check them out. Right? 943. It's a new timeline for you. So it's time to re-energize yourself. 9 is a creative number. So you're determined to create something. That 4 is being in very structured and authoritative way. And then also somebody's 3 is like you're inspired to be more structured, right? Inspired to be more structured and authoritative to create something new, right? So re-energize yourself. So as you find yourself at the end of one timeline, another one has already begun. It's time to re-energize yourself and create new goals and dreams to manifest within this new timeline. So if possible, move your body now towards a space that is closer to nature, even if it's just closer to an open window. Feel the fresh air, ground you, clearing new pathways for intentions to flow, right? So 9, this color orange right here speaks to sacral chakra. Get near water, drink your water, find out what your moon sign is, right? Find out what your moon sign is, pour into you. A form of self-care. Some people are going to get mad, they're going to think that you're being selfish. No, it is self-care. Everything is illuminated right now. If you read cards, read your own cards. If you want to schedule a reading, my calendar is already full and I won't be doing any personal readings for a while. I already announced that in my previous reading. So if you read cards, great. Read your cards. But yeah, those are some of the things that you all can do. But yes, spiritual expansion and truth. So what truth is being called upon? What truth is Capricorn being called upon to face or express right now? What truth is Capricorn being called upon to face and express right now? Yeah. So that's why I created the bonus video for Ophiuchus, because that's that in-between space, right between the moon in Scorpio and the moon in Sagittarius. That this is an opportunity for good luck, good fortune, but you got to release something first because you want to be able to travel light. You're trying to ascend higher, right? So you know that you haven't gotten rid of everything you need to get rid of, everything around everything that connects you to eighth house. Eighth house is around renewal of something. You could have renewed something you weren't supposed to renew, like a lease or like on a car or an apartment or something. You could have, or renewing some kind of a contract that you know you shouldn't have because you still linked to certain people, places, and things. You'll know that because you rule 10th house. If you start to feel it in your back, your joints, your knees, your skin, your hair, okay, Capricorn, you will know that because when the moon moves through your zodiac sign, those parts of your body are affected. When the moon is in Sagittarius, you'll feel it in your liver, your hips, your thighs, your sacrum area. That's when you'll know, okay, gosh, maybe I'm still tied. Maybe I'm still chained. And number 8 looks like an infinity symbol when you turn it to the side. Maybe something is having a chain reaction. I'm feeling it in my body, my physical body. I'm feeling it in my body. So, source, this is when you start praying. I'm trying to get some things in order now. I'm trying to create something new, a new timeline. I'm feeling it in parts of my body. What am I chained to? Show me in a way that I can see it, where I understand it. Show me what I'm chained to. If I got somebody in my community that doesn't want me to thrive, I need you to show me their face. I'm talking about so clear that I can't mistake who it is. And then give me an exit strategy. Let them cuss me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them tell me off so I can say, up, that's it. That's all I needed. Thank you. I don't have to talk to you no more. Especially if you're the type of person who is like non-confrontational. You don't like, let them say something to you. Hey, listen, let's just go with that. Well, I didn't mean it. Nuh-uh. That's all I needed. I asked God for a sign. God gave me a sign. Great. Thank you, God. Yeah. New timeline. You're not for the drama. You want people around you that want you to thrive. Hey, you want people around you that want you to thrive. Yep. So you'll feel it in your body. You're a earth sign, and we're talking about your 10th house, right? So 10th house speaks to anybody who just does not want you to thrive as it relates to your career. You can write it down. Your life goals, your achievement, your public image. Who doesn't want you to be in this masculine energy, divine masculine energy, your social status, fame, energy that don't want you to thrive in those areas. Source is saying, hey, expose them. Get on top of it. Expose them. Y'all can take notes. Expose them. And I'm talking to my cross watchers as well. Your sun, moon, rising, Venus does not have to be Capricorn. I'm talking to your 10th house because anybody in your community that doesn't want you to thrive, you can be anywhere from Aries all the way down to Pisces. We can be whatever sign. It doesn't really matter. When I'm doing my readings, I'm speaking to your entire birth chart. Anybody that doesn't want your 10th house to thrive, source says, please expose them. You trying to travel light. Okay. You're trying to travel light through life. I'm talking to everybody. Right? You need to know. You need to get on top of things, right? You don't need to be blindsided. You don't need to be blindsided when your ancestors are right in your ear. You don't need no surprises. Oh my God, I can't believe we've been friends for 20, 30 years, and I can't believe they don't want the same for me that I don't want. No, source, show me today. I'm trying to go to the next level. I need to know. Go take a walk. This is air. Go take a walk. 2 right here symbolizes peace. Like the peace symbol symbolizes peace. Yeah, I need to protect my peace. Talk to me. I'm talking about let 2 black birds sit on your shoulder and be caulking in your ear. Caw, 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 in your ear. And let it sound like whatever language you speak. So and so. Like let them talk to you like that. But seriously, and all jokes aside, really, that's where you're re-energizing yourself, right? Right. So yeah, you're trying to wake up from some nightmares, and somebody 2 and 9 is 11. You're trying to get off the fence and take some kind of action in the right direction. You need to know, like somebody needs to get on top of something. Like your body is very, very telling. You break out in hives around certain people, your back starts hurting. You start aching in certain areas. Your scalp starts itching. Right. So you're trying to see something from a higher frequency. So somebody is really lucky to have, loved ones who are, waking up from their own nightmares, who are helping you to see some things, are really helping you who are talking to you about being at peace with just cutting ties with energies. Yeah. They walked the journey already. They worked on them. They working on themselves or worked on themselves. They like, hey, they help you to see the dark side of things, right? Yeah, dark horse energy. Some people like to play in dark magic. They do. They want to play with dark magic, but they don't know how to come back from that dark magic. So you want somebody who is going to expose dark magic and help bring you into the light. Somebody who's going to tell you, get off the fence, stop hanging around people who are practicing dark magic. That's light work, exposing darkness. It's not dark work. We're talking about light work, so that you can do the work. So you don't have to feel embarrassed about doing your own work, right? You can invest in your own work, right? And add some structure to some things, right? When you're around master manipulators, right? So source is saying that all of this is genderless, by the way, when you're around master manipulators. So people think that you're a really, really good person, whether you're a man or woman. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't, whoever you are, somebody sees you as a person who, um, that's what I talk. This water, see this water right here. Get near water. Get near water. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Because that and out in the air. Get out the house. Get out in the air. As you're walking, nothing is by coincidence. Like source is using all the elements to help somebody. So if somebody had to walk to work because people thought they were being mean spirited to you, didn't want to give you a ride, thought they were punishing you, or whatever the case may be. Source is saying trying to manipulate your emotions or trying to be hard on you in some way, shape, or fashion. Maybe you had to walk to school. Maybe you had to walk somewhere. That gave somebody an opportunity to think. It gave somebody an opportunity to think. It brought out the darkness in them, but guess what? It gave you an opportunity to think and start to really see some things from a higher perspective. And some energies thought you were a fool, right? But you're not a fool, not at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's like other people are not a fool, right? So that's a realization that somebody had to have. It's like getting out in the fresh air. Somebody has a really big heart. Sometimes I feel like somebody could be an overgiver. You needed to see something with two energies that somebody wasn't trying to see. Somebody could have been like really, really stuck. Um, but source had to make something make sense through the air. Source had to, it's like this whisper through the air, like you had to see something through the air. That energies were trying to play your God, talking to you like they were your God. Um, So, in terms of spiritual expansion and truth, what outdated beliefs or philosophies is Capricorn ready to release? That is it, that we are not each other's gods. That's it. That's it, and that's all. No matter who it is. If people don't want you to thrive, they want you in survival mode. That's it. Yeah. So, Source is saying when you're dealing with energies who have secret wisdom, somebody has secret wisdom that they carry on their back. They've carried it a lot. When you've been around people who have carried people on their backs, their kids on their back, it could be a man or woman, don't really matter. When you've been around people who have bought people's kids gifts, this could be your mom or your dad, it could be your grandparents who bought their siblings kids gifts when they didn't have stuff, made sure everybody had everything, even if it caused you to have lack, right? You may have inherited that same big giving heart, Capricorn. You may have inherited it, even if it caused you nightmares, right? Because there's two sides of that sword, right? Source is saying you want to start paying attention. That's part of something that somebody inherited. You carry a lot of wisdom. This is an inherited gift that you have. Somebody carries the gift of mother of the seas of their back. This is a gift that was passed down to you, right? So source needed to get you out. Some energy thought that they was punishing somebody by making somebody possibly walk to work to break you. to try to bring out a dark side, right? Yeah, to bring a tower down on maybe possibly you and someone, because somebody knows that someone is highly spiritually gifted and they feel stuff in people. People was trying to test people's gifts again, playing God again, right? Trying to play God. But again, prayers reach across bodies of water, right? Prayers reach across bodies of water. People were having downloads through their nightmares, praying on your behalf, praying on your behalf, right? So feels like you are jumping out of a treasure chest. So somebody hit the jackpot, like in terms of people praying on your behalf. That's why sometimes you get random text messages. Hey, how's it going? Because source is placing you on people's minds. People are just checking on you to see how you're doing, because people know that you're being sacrificed, right? After all the sacrifices that they've already made for not just you, but for a whole lot of other energies, no matter who you are. So when you get that random text message from your friends, or people that's still in your life, your friends or so and so, just checking on you, see how you're doing. That's because source placed place you on somebody's heart. Or when you get a download on somebody's heart, just go right into prayer for them, right into prayer for them. So hopefully this is making sense to somebody. So in terms of like what outdated beliefs or philosophies are you ready to release? That's what you're ready to believe. You're ready to release. Somebody is really ready to not only release that you have to see something to physically believe, you have to physically see something to believe it. Somebody is now realizing that your body, source also speaks to you through your body. Never again will somebody live in this have to keep having these tower moments to really believe in your gifts, that you have inherited gifts. That came through the womb. That came through the womb, right? So somebody is creating something brand new, right? In terms of divine connections. You're divinely connected, divinely connected. So you don't have to sit around a table filled with energies talking about gifts. It's inside of you. It's inside of you. Yeah, where energies are, listening to different frequencies that could be coming into your ear, contaminating you. Somebody is just listening to sounds that are high vibrational. Again, where your community wants you to thrive, whoever you are, right? So somebody is keeping something close to you. You're keeping something close to you. Again, this is mirroring something. Like you're keeping something close to you, right? Yeah. In terms of it being a part of a team, right? You're creating something that keeps you, like pictures or memories or recordings or something that keeps you a part of memories and part of team, right? Just in your mind, you're just keeping something. Yeah. Because energies are obsessed with trying to bring judgment down on someone who has made a lot of sacrifices already. But something is already over. Something is already over. Here's a devil card. Yeah. So the devil is, somebody is just saying somebody is obsessed with something, right? Here's the Seven of Cups here, but something is closed out. Something is closed out. You're just having some kind of an awakening. The devil card is in the major and minor arcana here. And so this is something that's happening right now. You're having some kind of an awakening to something, and there's a success. There's some kind of an awakening. You're having some kind of an awakening that when people are highly spiritually gifted, um, and the intention is always to help other energies, not just yourself. This is not where you're not being selfish with your gift. You're actually helping people all over the world, including the very energies that are obsessed with trying to bring a tower to you and other people. And that's why being obedient to source is better than sacrifice. You're not hoarding your gifts. You're actually sharing your gifts with the world. So the very energies that are trying to cause you and someone to have a tower moment, somebody is now educating themselves on their gifts. You're getting off the fence and learning how to educate yourself about your gifts. Because you've inherited the gift of mother of seeds. This is what somebody has inherited the gift. So stay focused. Stay focused. Do your mirror work behind closed doors. Do know who you are when you look in the mirror. Talk to energies who have, like I said, you don't have to go through some kind of um you got to be real careful about who you're going through initiation processes with. Uh-huh. There's a star card here. You got to be real careful about that because you got to understand that when energies are trying to create some kind of a divide, that's why you don't see fire here. When energies are trying to create, when people are trying to phase other energies out behind their backs, this is right here while they are asleep, something needs to alert you. Somebody took one look at somebody. Here's the tower card right here and decided, okay, this is first house. First house is all about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, outlook on life. Some people took one look at somebody and thought, oh, okay, all right, this is going to be basically easy. Like took a look at you and somebody else said, okay, this is easy breezy. But remember, we're talking about ancestral. This is this is an ancestral gift. A lot of people have a lot of ancestral gifts. Nobody should be judging anybody book by its cover. Nobody. So you got a message of some good news coming to you. Message of some good news coming to you. Yeah. Yeah, some energies love you deep. They love you really, really deep. So yeah. So I feel like somebody will be flying. Something just kind of sort of took off really fast with two energies. Possibly for you, somebody created something and something took off really fast. Two people created something that took off really fast and they felt like they had hit the jackpot. But now something has come to light. Two energies wanted to make, I don't know who I'm talking to here, but again, here we have something is now behind you. So that's the good news. Something is now behind you. Remember, time is relative. So yeah, something is now behind you. I feel like something is happening really, really fast for you. But I'm seeing purpose, direction, and growth. Also freedom, travel, exploration. You know, how can Capricorn invite more freedom and adventure into their lives? And again, using your creativity, like being near water. Excuse me, being near water is going to help someone to really pour back into themselves. Somebody had to literally have an encounter with the devil. Somebody had to literally have an encounter with the devil, whoever the devil is. The devil really is within yourself, right? You had to have an encounter with, it's like your own fears, like your deepest, um, whatever your deepest fear, whatever your deepest, like, so if your deepest fear was like to, um, um, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, okay, hmm. Some people's deepest fear, let me see where I can look. I'm looking at the cards here. Some people's deepest fear um, would be what people don't think their deepest fear is. Like, for instance, somebody's deepest fear could be they could have been so shy when they were little that their deepest fear for them could have been standing in front of a group of people playing a, like if you took, because I'm taking a lot of like music and water here, right? Could have been playing an instrument in front of people. That could have been like crippling fear for someone, like literally, you know how they have like on television shows, like buckets of water coming out the top of somebody's head, like just drenched. Um, where like no matter, like you just literally terrified at the thought of playing the wrong note, somebody laughing at you, you know, like just literally sink or swim, right? But once you got over that, it was almost like everything else was go time, right? Once you got over that fear, and that's what the devil card symbolized. Like once you got over that fear of something having to do with, and I'm saying a music note here, um, everything else was kind of sort of go time for you, and high vibrational, right? So something that somebody dealt with, like somebody had to have an encounter with the devil within yourself, and that would be like an example of that, and everything from there takes off like, yeah. So whatever your demons were, and it could have been for somebody around music, was just kind of like your fear was just like, okay, if it was fear of flying for somebody, you know, you could have been, um, you know, needed to get on an airplane. If it was the fear of creating a life, you know, for yourself away from, you know, or being detached from somebody, that could have, somebody could have, you know, needed to be detached, you know, from someone. Whatever your fear was, somebody had to face the devil, right? Had to face the devil, right? So, um, yeah, so it's 12:12 in the on the clock here. So, yeah, what part of you is ready to break free from restrictions? Source, what part of Capricorn is ready to break free from their restrictions as it relates to freedom, travel, exploration? What part of you is ready to break free from restriction? Yeah. Doing any injustice to yourselves, right? So, any kind of karmic cycles, meaning that being attached to energies who keep you in the dark. Like, so that's seven, like being your own worst enemy, feeling like you can't do things by yourself, right? Feeling like you always have to be in a partnership with energies, even if you know you're smart enough to do something on your own. That's what it is. That was the answer to that question. Because Libra rules seventh house. Seventh house in the polarity to Libra is Aries, which rules first house. And so, in other words, some energies took a look at you and felt like, okay, with your personality, your temperament, your appearance, your self image, your first impression, self awareness, outlook on life, that you were codependent, that you couldn't do anything without someone, basically like you couldn't survive without someone else. So the energy is like, okay, the temptation would be, okay, hey, with us you can thrive, in other words, right? And so this is what energy you, financial independence, right? So that's why I talk about water so much in my on my videos, listening to water sounds, knowing what your moon sign is, in healthy ways, knowing what your moon sign is. Somebody's ears are big as Dumbos right now, listening. Like, okay, when you're away, like you're snatched away from something, when you're in unhealthy environment, somebody's now listening. Okay, now I know how to pour into myself. I know how to pour myself in healthy ways, in very healthy ways. So judgment is coming down on your demons, right? Here's a Ten of Cups here, so that somebody can now talk about being in very healthy spaces where your community wants you to thrive, not be in survival mode. So this is it. That's it. So something is happening really fast for you. Something is going to take off really fast for you where your community wants you being in spaces where your community actually wants you to thrive, not be in survival mode. And I do see financial independence for you. Source had to just kind of sort of separate somebody from being around energies who would put you in survival mode. So you're letting go. So let go of negative people and toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Invest it wisely and be mindful of who you spend time with. You have knowledge. You're that owl that sits on the ledge. You have knowledge. You decide. When you give of yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will only burden or drain you. Be genuine. Give from your heart. So that could have meant somebody considered you as an opportunist because you could have been around an opportunist. Somebody projected that energy onto you, and you fell for a hook, line, and sinker. It's like a hook in a song. Something just kept being on repeat in your spirit. Remember who you are. You carry stardust in your bones, your ancestors' wisdom in your blood, the whole universe in your soul. Know yourself and nothing will bring you down. Know yourself. If you know you have a big heart, nothing should be keeping you up at night. You know you're a giver. Energies felt like they were going to create something to pull you and somebody into something. So inner strength. Don't lose yourself in the things you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, mindset, and energy. You've got everything you need. Also, embodiment. Now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right, embody your leadership power, and create your world out of your deepest fears. Let it be. If you need to solve a problem, ask yourself, what is the simplest way to proceed? When you call forth the simplest path, it appears, and vice versa. So yeah, somebody is definitely a prayer warrior, but you inherited the gift. You carry energies on your back in the physical sense. Whoever I'm talking to, that your sun sign does not have to be Capricorn. I want to reiterate that I'm trying to help somebody elevate in the spiritual realm. So if you're still stuck on, is this a Capricorn reading? I'm talking to your 10th house. Okay. I'm talking to your 10th house. So your sun sign could be Capricorn, your moon could be Capricorn, but so can your 10th house, your 11th or 12th house be Capricorn, wherever, first house could be Capricorn. I'm talking to that part of you that is speaking to your career, your life goals, your achievement, your public image, the masculine side of yourself, social status, and also fame. That's what I'm talking to, the part of you. People were sizing somebody up thinking that they could not survive without their parents or mother or father or whomever. So it's saying, well, what somebody didn't realize is that you are a prayer warrior. You may not have realized that you were a prayer warrior. You may not have realized you were a prayer warrior, right? Something may have caught you off guard for a minute, but once somebody got focused, you were finally able to rest. You were finally able to rest. So now somebody's getting ready to start pouring into themselves. Stop pouring out so much to so many people, and you can ready to start pouring more into you. Even if people think that you are being selfish, no, it's a form of self-care. Your people get your overflow. That's if they have earned your overflow. But you're not just giving it to anybody. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That's going to have a different meaning for people from right now. Don't hide. Dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. Use them to build your world. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But things are getting ready to take off for someone, but somebody has to stay focused. Stay focused, stay focused, and stay focused. Again, happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. Hopefully this is helpful for someone. But yeah, it's a whole new timeline. Get into it. Release anything that's trying to weigh you down in the physical or spiritual realm. All right.